Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for WandaVision episode 6. Every episode of this season so far has been consistently just getting better. Tension consistently is just increasing episode after episode. The more questions we have answers to, the more questions that are posed that make us just scratch our heads and just try to figure out what the heck is going on, just as we're learning more and more about what is happening in the background. You know, couple key things from last episode that immediately stand out as far as the story it goes is, of course, Vision progresses further in his quest of unraveling the mystery of Westview and makes his first little interaction with the outside world, as well as the real personalities of one of their residents. Understanding that Wanda is finally behind this and that she or someone else is, at least at this point, he's suspecting it's Wanda, as are a lot of us, as well as S.W.O.R.D, that she is dominating everybody's will, whether it be subconsciously or actively. So we're still kind of getting that. Him finally facing the fact that he doesn't remember anything prior to them moving to Westview, and we see how that tears him up, not understanding who he is, what happened before all this, and what is happening now. He's been questioning everything, and he's gotten to the point where now he doesn't trust Wanda. At least that's the way the episode ended up. And up until this point, Wanda has been using this whole reality to confront her trauma. We saw earlier in the season that just talking about Pietro resulted in a volatile response, as Monica brought up Pietro and got jettisoned out of the anomaly. Yet, now that she's got her children, we've seen some progress there with her being able to confront the fact that, yeah, sometimes people stay dead. Yes, I miss my brother, but she's sad, but she's not trying to change that. It's like we're seeing her actively cope through her children. And that was another thing. They rapidly are aging into this, and we know that the children is a theme of this. We've had for the children in the episodes prior. We have Vision again calling out the absence of any other children in this town, with a group of people that seem to be all about and for the children. There's no children around. Now that Vision has no trust for her right now, Vision up until this point has been Wanda's safety net, her comfort zone, her blanket to kind of help with her reality. And now that he's suspecting her, turning against her, doubting her, and whether it be Wanda herself subconsciously, her children trying to make their mother feel better after the conversation they had earlier in the episode, or an outside factor, someone or something has reached out into the multiverse and pulled in the one person that has been absent from her life for a long time, the only other person other than the man that she loves that could give her comfort in this moment, since she can no longer rely on him. And here we have Evan Peters playing Pietro Maximoff, or rather Peter Maximoff of the X-Men universe. So I really can't wait to see what questions we have. I am a huge Evan Peters fan, so I'm really excited to see what they do with it, especially his Quicksilver, and I want to know what they're going to do with this. So let's go ahead and dive into episode 6. Remember, I do have full unedited reactions available over on my Patreon, or if you'd rather become a YouTube member here, you can get access to those as well. I do want to give a quick shout out and thank you to my current patrons so far. Your support is awesome, and I really appreciate it. So guys, let's go ahead, without further ado, jump into this episode. Here we go. This is Malcolm in the middle. Yeah, as himself. They gave him Aaron Taylor Johnson's speed effect. Oh, nice.
Family, friends, and the thrill of getting to be someone else for a day. Wrong. Where's your costume, Tommy? This is my costume. I'm the cool twin. What does that make me? That's Orcosaurus Rex, not a real dinosaur. He even snores cool. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Oh my god, I love this. Oh, hello.
Bleeding, broken, or on fire.
Are you old Red Riding Hood?
Wow, that is so
Rad.
lame.
Lame.
Worse than the costumes Mom made us the year we got typhus.
That's not exactly how I remember it.
Whoa, sweet costume, bro, ham-in-law. Half-shuck corn. A booger.
Yes.
Yes!
Thank you for humoring me.
Dude, this is surreal, man.
Never told me
Seeing
much
Evan
about you,
Peters.
but I had no idea he'd be so
Go!
great with kids. Well, you have fun tonight, darling.
What?
Big guy has a conflict, twins need a father figure for the night. Don't sweat it, sis. I got the old XY chromosome. Uncle Pete to the rescue, huh?
No!
Oh, don't do that!
Where to keep your water balloons?
Oh.
Joey's idea.
I'm Tommy.
And don't you forget it!
You don't even have a costume. Okay, but just remember that this is a respectful
I love the
funny business.
just the old school outfits in this, man.
Hey, there he is. The guy who almost got murdered by his own murder squad.
We take her out, this whole nightmare ends.
We don't know that.
Maybe it's a good thing you weren't here when your mother died. Because clearly you don't have the stomach for this job.
Get her off my base.
Dude,
All of them.
fuck this guy, man.
Let's go, everybody in.
Oh, woo! Holy shit! Jimmy, man, hell yeah! Give me a spin-off show with them now. Do it now. These three, go for it.
It's not a competition, Tommy. It is.
Dude, look at him. This is like old school Evan Peters too.
You're testing me.
No, I'm not.
Hey, it's cool. I know I look different.
Why do you?
If I had found Shangri-La, I wouldn't want to be reminded of the past either.
Okay.
Kick ass.
Kick ass. Aaron Taylor Johnson's not here. Oh, no. Wait, holy shit. Wait a minute. I just realized there's kids everywhere.
Well, maybe Vision can help you out.
Vision? He's not on duty.
No, I thought.
Keeping secrets. Yeah, he just wants to get out and observe. We got some people looping. What the fuck?
I'd eat anything.
Snacked on Yo Magic, bro. Now I have time to hang fit.
Yo Magic.
Yo Magic, the snack for survivors.
So
The Incredibles.
can't believe you're making
The Parent Trap.
I can't believe what a bad influence you are.
beefed in your borscht. Details are fuzzy, man. I got shot like a chump in the street for no reason at all, and next thing I know, I heard you calling me. I knew you needed me.
Uncle Pete, guess what? They've got full-size candy bars a few blocks up. Mom, can we go? Next time.
Oh, we actually saw it this time. So he remembers some of Aaron Taylor Johnson's stuff, their backstory. There is he rewritten? Things. I'm confused.
Who is that?
He heard her calling.
Hayward figured out a way to look through the boundary.
And you didn't share it with the group.
What the fuck?
program is tracking the decay signature of vibranium.
They're tracking Vision.
Wait, these people near the edge of town, they're barely moving. Are they alive?
Background people are looping. That's my guess. Back, like people out away, farthest away from the epicenter of Wanda just can't function. Oh, this is so eerie. God. Agnes. Oh shit, here we go.
It's all right.
Am I dead?
No, no. Why would you think that?
Because you are. Dead. 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 All is lost.
Agnes.
Oh, the barrier.
My way back into the Hex will be here in an hour. Just gotta meet my guy over the ridge.
Are we not going to see this guy?
You've gone through the boundary twice already, Monica. The energy inside has rewritten your cells on a molecular level twice. It's changing you.
Mutants. Or how she gets her powers.
But I'm staying here.
You can't stay here. It's not safe.
Darcy, what are you talking about?
I haven't made it through Hayward's last firewall. There's something big here.
Why do I not feel safe about that decision? I know they said Darcy's going to be showing up in other MCU stuff. What if that's a red herring? What if that's bullshit to make us not know what's going to happen tonight? Darcy dies! I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself. There's a sense of dread behind that little scene there.
Where were you hiding all these kids up till now?
What?
I assume they were all just sleeping peacefully in their beds. No need to traumatize beyond the occasional holiday episode cameo, am I right? You've handled the ethical considerations of this scenario as best you could. Families and couples stay together. Most personalities aren't far from what's underneath. People got better jobs.
He knows what's going on.
Seriously, it's a pretty big leap from giving people nightmares and shooting red wiggly woos out of your hands. How'd you even do all this?
I don't know how I did it. I only remember feeling completely alone.
Oh, that was creepy. So confused. Is it really him? A manifestation? Did she resurrect and summon his corpse and give it sentience like she did Vision? And it just, for whatever reason, it looks like Evan Peters for the reasons he said. You don't want to be reminded of the trauma. Ah, man. God damn it. I want answers, not more questions. He's able to push through. Holy shit. Is it trying to pull him back? Come on.
Is it Billy? Oh, you're dead. In my head. He's in trouble.
He can't exist outside? Or is it literally forcing him back in?
Hey, don't sweat it, sis. It's not like your dead husband could die twice.
Oh!
Billy, I need you to focus.
can't tell. He sees soldiers. They think he's dying.
It's moving. Go, 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 go.
What? It's moving? She extending the barrier to encapsulate him. Oh no! Oh, dude, that is so cool! Turning them into clowns, mimes, and carnies. You know why? Because it's a fucking clown show over there, damn it!
Come in, anyone read me?
This is more than Westview now.
Anyone hear my voice? Anyone read me? Over.
Holy shit. Well, that's a lot to process. All right. So I'm not completely devoid of suspicion on Agnes now, because she's, I don't know. I think it's an easy out for us to see her as just a victim at this point. Given that could just be the revelation up, and that everything up to this point has just been red herrings. Because there was just something a little eerie about how she just kind of broke down and started cackling and then just repeated dead to him, because she wasn't under a spell. She wasn't looping at that point. She was free of Wanda's control, so that was something she was just doing. And maybe she's just broken from being in there that long. And she just broke a division. It was like, you're one of the Avengers, but you're dead. Does that mean I'm dead? Am I dead? Because you're definitely dead. The kids in the outskirts, seeing that they're only active like within a radius. It's like an open world video game where you're only processing what's within your range. That's why you have like pop-ins. You have like using Cyberpunk as a recent example, you know, everything's scaled down out in the distance. Dynamic resolution, I think, is one thing that kind of calls to mind if we're looking at this like a digital video game or anything like that, where the farther away you get from the active player route, things in the distance are going to be degraded and pixelated, sometimes even replaced with GIFs and JPEGs rather than an active character model. Very similar to that in this. And dude, Hayward, who's apparently not shared with any of the team members, not just R3, Darcy, Monica, and Jimmy, but with his entire team, that he's able to track Vision. That he's got an active head count of everybody that's in there. That he's able to actually see inside of there in some way, some fashion. Scumbag alert. And there's an extra layer of security that Darcy was trying to get through, and now she's sucked into the anomaly as well, which I'm curious what that's going to do. Is she going to get powers? Is she going to become a mutant? What's going to happen there? Anything? We know she comes back later, apparently, at least according to her. Kat Dennings, for other MCU projects. We know that Monica's already being altered by this multiple exposure to being in there, being transformed and rewritten multiple times through the decades, as well as the initial entry. Is that how she becomes, is that how she gets her powers? Is that how she, I would imagine so, because I know some people thought, well, maybe she's always had her powers up to this point. I feel like this is how she gets her powers. And we know that Wanda's rewriting of reality is altering people thanks to this episode too. So that might be how we get our, as we've all been suspecting, our mutant introduction. Tommy and Billy's powers begin to manifest in this episode. And I really liked all the callbacks to the classic comic book outfits of these characters and looks, from WandaVision and then Pietro, his weird ass old style look with the fucking hair wings and everything. Dude, I love it. It was so good. I liked all the little callbacks like that. And we know Wanda's doing it. Man, still a lot of questions though. Is there a third party manipulating this situation? Because, okay, I know I was very adamant against the Evan Peters being someone else in a disguise up until this point. Because the way he's definitely, and people did point it out last time, and I was like, it could just be a throwaway thing, or, you know, my initial thought, like, when he called Vision a popsicle, I was like, yeah, he's purple, green, bright colors, maybe just, while we know it's not to us, like, because we know he's dead, and it is a term used for dead people, I was like, well, maybe it's because he's fruit colored, he called him a popsicle, and I was like, well, maybe that's all it was. It was maybe it was make us go, heh, but I don't know. That was my initial thought. It was like, because he was fruit colored, but he knows what Wanda's doing. He's asking her questions. It's like, you know, nice little move you had hiding the kids up to this point. Very ethical. Keep them out of this trauma or whatever. But where were they? Where did she have them erased? Were they in a pocket dimension all by themselves? Where was she keeping the children this whole time? And, what if they were being held hostage, and that's why the town was like for the children? They're playing along for the safety of their children, because we only ever saw the adults up till this point. But now what's going to happen here? But then we have that glimpse, you know, because Wanda's not fully trusting Evan Peters in this, because she's still questioning why he looks different, and he always had an answer for something. It was like, you were grieving, you called out to your big brother. He says that he remembers dying, and then from there he heard her call out. Now, is she doing what she's doing with Vision and marionetting his corpse? And like he said, reshaped his outward appearance to avoid connecting to the trauma of seeing her actual brother from this universe dead. Because she had a similar vision like she did with Vision initially in episode 3, where she gets a quick glimpse of what he really is, or what she really remembers as the last moment she saw them. When she cuts over and there's zombie Pietro standing in front of her, though it's still Evan Peters and not Aaron Taylor Johnson. So it starts to go against it's starting to make me doubt she pulled him from another universe thing. And he's acting suspicious now. It still begs the question, though, if that's the logic that, well, you didn't want to see your actual brother's face. Like, they share memories, and, he knows that she's testing his memories. So he could be feeding off of that. He could be some malevolent being. He could be Mephisto. And I'm back on that train with everybody else now, that he might be someone or something else. Other than her brother from another universe. A lot of people were citing the audio description, which is there to help people who have vision impairment, hearing impairment, to know what's happening on the screen like that. And it's a descriptor, and it said the Quicksilver from the X-Men films. So I don't think that was necessarily saying that he was in fact the one from the films, even though that was my theory at the time and in the various live streams we've had after that. I'm really unsure what I think is going on right now. and who Pietro is. But that's just to clarify that anybody that doesn't know Evan Peters has played Quicksilver before, so that they know something is off. So that, I think that's all that means as far as the amount of weight it holds into the story. Still could play out to be true. He could still be that one pulled over for whatever reason. He has the same effect as Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver did when he's running. So I think in a very real way, either she's manipulating his body or she's altered his power. If he is from another universe, she's altered his powers to reflect more accurately the version of her brother that she knows. He's not under her willpower. Or it is his corpse, and like I said, that is resurrected, or is somebody disguising and playing this part and just kind of like winging all of these little nods and threads, just like a little wink and nod to the multiverse without it actually being the multiverse. And Vision going outside the barrier, and like I guess he only exists in this form in the barrier, so while he was able to pry out of it, it's constantly trying to suck him back in like a wormhole, like a black hole. And the more he fights it, he just will die again or be erased. And to save him, the only thing Wanda can do is extend the barrier. I mean, couldn't she have gone and just dragged him back in, like went outside the barrier? Because she can come and go as she pleases, as we've seen. Like just pull him back in. Maybe she didn't think she could get there in time, or maybe this was just another, because she doesn't know how this started. Like, again, she reiterated, she has no idea how she did it. She has no idea how it started. It's all her emotions going loose. This pain, this nothingness, this grief, this absence of feeling that she's had since losing Vision, since Infinity War, since Endgame, since all of that, being alone. And her powers are just reacting on their own. And I don't know if she did this subconsciously or if she did this voluntarily, where she projected the barrier, because part of it could go both ways with how it was presented. But she's expanding the barrier. And it looked like in that last shot that it's continuing to grow. It didn't look like it was actually stopping. So what if this barrier encompasses maybe like a larger part of the world? What if it just keeps going and the objective is just trying to stop it from expanding? Because I don't know. It could just be the way it was shot and maybe it was lingering, but it didn't look like it was actually slowing down in its expansion, while Hayward and everybody else was just trying to get away. Darcy getting sucked in. All of the S.W.O.R.D members that couldn't get away getting sucked in. I love that they were all turned into clowns and carnival themed people, because it's fitting for the way they've been trying to handle this situation. Again, we got a off-screen nod to whoever this engineer is that Monica knows. She's got another text, no name, no face, no nothing. Again, no voice. And that she's going to go meet them outside of town to get the vehicle. Apparently, they already built it, and they're going to deliver it and pick it up. Maybe I guess that's where they're going to go head now, because we do know that from one of the trailers that we do have that scene of her trying to ram this vehicle into the barrier. Whether or not she's successful, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. And I love the Vision investigation aspect of this, man. I definitely love that he's kind of playing along, but he's also telling a lot of half-truths and falsehoods to Wanda. Like, he just doesn't trust her. He doesn't at all, and he needs to see this all for himself and experience what's happening for himself. I really like the kids in this episode too. Yeah, all around great episode, guys. Right now I don't have a lot else that I can think of at the moment to say. If I think of anything in the comments, I will make sure to let you all know. Yeah, we'll see. There's going to be some stuff to process. I've got some alterations to make to some of my theories and speculations that I'm still just kind of pondering all the possibilities. So I'm not really locked into any specific one right now. So We'll see how it goes. That's all I've got for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to know your thoughts on this episode. Sound off in the comments and give me your best theories and speculations with the new information that we've been handed here today. If you guys like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed so we can continue on this journey next week, and like, comment, all that jazz. Remember, full reaction watch-alongs are available over Patreon and on YouTube if you want to become a member here, whichever is more convenient for you, if you feel like you're interested in any of that. But that is it for this week, guys. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you guys next week. Take care, everybody.